Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 13 Reunion Part 3. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, we're still talking about Teddy doing Kyle's dirty work. We picked up where we left off with Sutton telling Kyle she's been a terrible friend, and if she doesn't remember it, watch it. Now, me personally, I thought this part 3, child, they could have just wrapped it up. They really could have wrapped it up at reunion part 1. Now, I know we say that about a lot of reunions, but this was truly an awful part 3. Okay. The character that was shown was awful. Kyle sitting there, him and Han was awful. Sutton getting sick and having to go to the hospital. I feel so bad for her. That was awful. It was just awful. Okay. And he yawned yet again when Dorit started talking. But we're going to continue. Kyle was upset about the marriage questions. She didn't like that Sutton was sitting there asking about the jewelry and whatnot. Andy is sick of it. So he's like, okay, so where are we now? Okay. Let's be moving forward, honey. What we going to do? Both said that they will take some time, but they miss each other. So they want to work it out. Then they get up and hug it out. Okay, let's go on. Moving forward. Child, they hugged it out until next season when they find something else to argue about. Because Kyle can be insufferable and so can Sutton. Now, I know the people like Sutton, but Sutton can get on people's nerves as well. Okay, they deserve each other. Meanwhile, Kathy is taking pictures by her trailer, honey. Because they sitting there waiting for Kathy to come out. So Andy is like, is Kathy coming? And everybody's like, Kathy? Kathy's coming? Andy said, here she is, the grande dame of Beverly Hills. Andy, we can't have nothing. Please leave the grande dame to Karen down in Potomac. Okay, that is exclusive to Potomac. Please let the Beverly Hills heifers find something else. Kathy is not the grande dame of Beverly Dame Hills. Okay, so they're all confused that she's coming. Before she comes out, Sutton was like, you know, I'm hot. She was telling Garcelle I'm hot, and she was visibly not the best. You could see it. Kathy comes out. Andy greets her. And me personally, I was so confused because if anything, Kim should have been there. Kathy wasn't even a part of this season. So then Andy is like, well, you know, Kathy, did you watch the season? She said, I watched the clips. I don't really watch any of the shows, but I do watch What Happens Live because it goes by quick. I know that's right, honey. 30 minutes in and out. So Andy revisits Kathy's stint on last season. Kathy, you know what? You got the juice. Anybody who comes back simply for the reunion, only to talk about their previous season, and you're not even in first seat, and this entire second segment was all about you and Kyle, you got the juice. Like, I don't know exactly what it is that you're doing down in Beverly Hills, honey. Them hotels got people losing their damn minds, but okay, you run Beverly Hills. And to be honest, I'm sick of Kyle's sister drama, truth be told. They need some family therapy, and they need to leave me out of it. Because they were going back down memory lane about what happened in Aspen and what Rena heard and what they said and what mama told them not to do. And it's just too much. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I tried to can, but I cannot. I really tried to can, y'all. I really tried to can. They also show some of the women talking about being friends with Kathy. So Andy brings up Erica saying that people are afraid of Kathy. He said, you know, who do you think is the most afraid of her? Just then Sutton gets what looks like lightheaded, like she's shaking. Everyone's trying to make sure she's okay. She's hot. Now, me personally, I felt like she was having a panic attack. I really did. So Garcelle is explaining that she was hot earlier. Kathy is saying, you know, it's a hot flash. You're 49 years old. You're bound to get them. It is not a damn hot flash, Miss Hilton. Sit back. Like, what are you even talking about? No, ma'am. So the medic comes out. Her pulse is high. Her blood pressure is high. They want to take her in to be checked out. Now, at first I was thinking she needs a little something to eat because I did hear that these reunions run very, very, very long. So I don't know how long they had been there, but it seemed like from sun up to sundown because when we see the next scene, it's nighttime. So I'm thinking they've been there for quite some time. Meanwhile, Kathy is scrolling on her phone on the Instagram. Ma'am, what the hell are you looking for? Someone is sick. And Erica, her and Erica sitting there holding a conversation about Christmas trips. Can you be any less concerned? Now, don't get me wrong. Kathy has had a few, oh, Kathy, she's in another world type moments. But to see the coldness in her when Sutton was sick was like, girl, what is wrong with you? That is really trash can behavior. And I know people like Kathy and I know people don't like Sutton, but this is not what this is about. Whether I like you or not, even Anna Marie and Crystal had some moments. Okay. They shared some words. Even she was genuinely concerned when Crystal's blood pressure was high in Spain. You don't just sit there and have a conversation. And Erica, we get it. You don't like Sutton. We got it. But for you to just sit there and I mean, you kind of gave a face to Kathy when she was scrolling on her phone. And then all of a sudden you're like, so yeah, she has this condition. You're trying to like explain it to her. She's like, I don't know what that means. You don't know what anything means. Right now, Sutton is not honky dory. The way that you just didn't give a dang on. You just didn't care. Now, granted, Kyle was kind of standing out, kind of looking, but I mean, it was just ridiculous for you to be having a full-on conversation when you know dang on well that something is happening. Like, I really didn't get that. And Erica is trying to explain it to her, and Sutton is walking off. Kathy goes, I was about to go after her next. I was about to, and I think she knew it. It's a good way of getting up out of here. Kathy, nobody cares what you were about to say. We don't give a damn. I really don't think that she was faking it to get out of talking to you because number one, she had already stated, if you go back and watch, that she was feeling hot prior to that. So did she fake her blood pressure spiking too? Like, that was just disgusting. Moving forward. So the paramedics walk out Sutton. I think her sugar is low. That's what I think. They get her to the dressing room. She's visibly shaking. Once they get her back there, they continue talking about people being afraid of Kathy. We don't care about Kathy. And I don't know why money gives you such power. Create your own wealth. Don't worry about Kathy. Erica said, well, you know, Kathy can pick up the phone and make things happen. So Crystal agrees with that. I mean, this reunion proves it because you're here without even filming the season. We didn't need you. We really didn't. So then Andy brings up Mauricio starting the agency, which caused problems in the family. Mauricio wrote in a book that he didn't get paid what he deserved. And if they had paid him, he would have stayed. Kathy said, well, they left the door open for him and they told him, just don't encroach on our people. And that's exactly what he did. Andy tries to get Kyle to chime in. Of course, Kyle doesn't want to get into any of that because that is her family's personal business. And she told all of us it's none of our effing business what goes on in her relationship. So Kyle, I think you may have to sit this one out next season. Now, I know that Kyle, just like a Teresa Giudice, just like a Nene Leakes, just like a Karen and Giselle over on Potomac, she's the face of this franchise. But these ladies need to know that at any moment you can go. But you know why she's not going to go? Because Andy loves being surrounded by powerful people. And as long as she's Kathy's sister, which will be forever, we will see Kyle on our screens. Moving forward. So Sutton is having even more symptoms. They're taking her to the hospital. Garcelle is going to go with her. And I was like, that's so sweet of Garcelle. She really cares about and considers Sutton a friend. You could tell in this moment. Andy grabs their phones and Merce is back in that purse. I said, Merce. Merce, you back in the purse. It had me cackling because Erica was in the background talking about Merce is still in that purse. Is that Merce? Yes, it's Merce, Erica. Okay, she didn't throw all the ashes away. She kept a few for, to keep him close. So they're leaving for the hospital. She's still having hot spells and then she gets cold. Baby, I would be a wreck. Do you hear me? I would be a wreck. To think that my body is going up and down like that just out of nowhere. This is just awful. They're trying to get her to eat a little bit of a banana to try to see if maybe that will help her sugar. It's just so much going on. Back on the set, we're still talking about how Kathy and Kyle hung out at Aspen and it kind of broke the ice. Things were getting better. Then Kathy got emotional because the next day she was at the salon and there was no music or no people, and Kyle came in and saw her and said, it's my sister Kathy. And it really made Kathy feel good. Oh, that's so sweet. So then Andy brings up a podcast that Kyle did because she was worried that what she said on the show would set them back. Kathy said that Kyle had warned her about what she was saying. And she's like, because I'm just very sensitive. I'm more sensitive than Kyle is. And, and I was just like, what? Girl, Kyle cries if the wind blows too hard in her general direction. You are definitely not more sensitive than Kyle is. You're not. Okay? She's deathly afraid of you. And she reverts back to a child every time she's in your presence. But she did say that she likes when Kyle needs her because she wants to feel needed. And I get that. This is what I was thinking as I was watching this. Kathy took over the mother role when their mom passed. And she sees Kyle as that little girl still. And she wants her to need her and want her and have to go through her to get certain things. And when Kyle gets independent and starts doing things for herself and feels like she has it, Kathy doesn't like that. She likes to be in control of things. She may be controlling. Now, the people were saying go over there and watch Paris in Love, and that's exactly what I'm going to do, because they said that you will get the real Kathy, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to report back. So now we all revisit the years of Kyle and Mauricio and the sudden demise. Kyle and Mauricio may be one of those couples that I feel like are together for the kids as they're growing up. And then when it's almost time for them to be empty nesters, because the last person they have left is Portia, they can no longer stomach each other. It's like, I don't even really know you. We've been moving and grooving through dance recitals and soccer practice and going here and there as a family. But now that it's just us two, we don't really like each other. And I think that's what happened with Kyle and Mauricio. But why is this flashback so long when they barely said 2 words about her marriage until the end? Producers, please. Okay, I was like, what is this, honey? Not a whole montage of the 28 years they've been together. And she gave us 28 seconds of conversation about it. So then Andy was asking her, when did things change? She said they always had issues, but they kind of brushed them under the rug. But something did happen where he lost her trust. Now, let me just say this. There have been rumors for years. Okay, for years. Mauricio been roaming. Okay, he been roaming the streets. Kyle didn't really want to give it to a straight no chaser, but this is what I summed up from it. He cheated. He been cheating. He been in them streets. She brushed it off to keep this facade. She wanted to keep up with the Joneses. This is Beverly Hills. Then all of a sudden one day she couldn't take it no more because he got a little bit too disrespectful with the cheatation of it all. And, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Plus, they are now almost empty nesters. That's what I gathered. Kyle says she tried, but she realized that she was putting up with so much and she thought that things would turn around, but they didn't. So then Andy brings up there having been infidelity rumors since season 1 when the tabloid was brought on the trip with Mauricio's cheating in it. She said, well, Mauricio would tell me that it wasn't true. Of course he gonna tell you it's not true. Baby, they even tried to put him over there with Dorit. Y'all remember when people were saying that Mauricio was cheating with Dorit? Baby, I ain't gonna never forget it. Now, I don't think Dorit would do that, but they've been saying these things about him since forever. So then Kathy says, well, they do that when you're high profile and they think that it doesn't affect you, but it actually does. So then they bring up Mauricio Dancing with the Stars. She said if they were good, then she wouldn't have said yes because she would have been jealous. Well, I don't know why you would have been jealous if your relationship was solid. So therefore, and thus and such, it lets me know that there were cracks all up and through. So then Andy asked about the picture of Mauricio holding Emma's hand when they were leaving the studio. She said, it doesn't feel good. Kyle, Earth to Kyle. Baby, you seem checked out. Are you going to give us anything? Because if not, we can move on, honey. We can wrap this thing up. Now, they're still living together at this point. But I feel like they may as well call it an open marriage. You living upstairs, he living downstairs, and neither the two shall meet. You doing your thing, he doing his thing, and the things ain't meeting either. Like, this is crazy. Now, I feel like Andy was trying to ask the tough questions, but he still was being a little bit soft because it is Kyle. But I felt like Kyle wasn't giving much. So he was asking questions and she wasn't responding. Andy then asked if someone will move out. She said that he would. And that they've talked about it. She said her girls are being strong. They're being supportive. Kathy said that they've grown apart, but Kyle has been weird for 3 years. Ma'am, what? Oh, my goodness. Kathy takes every opportunity to shoot a dig. Now she's been weird for 3 years. Oh, my goodness. So then Andy is asking about the divorce. Kyle said, we're like friends now. And I was hopeful, but now that he's looking for a place, I really don't know. Ma'am, the marriage is over. And I hate to say that, but I think that it's over. He asked Kathy, what does she think about it? She said, listen, I only want what Kyle wants. Whatever will make her happy, that's what I'm here for. Child, we know Kathy don't like Mauricio. She can't wait for him to kick rocks, okay? Goodbye and good riddance, and don't let the doorknob hit you with a good Lord split you. Moving forward. So then he asked about Morgan. Morgan, according to Kyle, was not happy about all of the attention. So Andy starts bringing up what people were saying over on the Twitter about their chemistry. Now, I don't know much about history. Don't know much of biography. Don't know much about science books. And I must have not been paying attention in chemistry class because, baby, was the chemistry on set? What chemistry? Because it was not giving chemistry at all. It was giving nothing. Okay? It was giving absolutely nothing. So then Andy asked if anyone thought that they were together. Everybody's silent. Go ahead and speak your speech. Y'all know y'all were all thinking it, but Crystal was the only one brave enough to actually say so. Kathy said, well, you know, me and Crystal, we had lunch and she was kind of hitting around to it. Crystal said, you know, I thought it was low key because people had sent me stuff on Instagram. So I was like, well, at least you were brave enough to be honest. So then after that, Dorit starts piping up and she finally admits that she thought it too. Anna Marie said, you know, I just feel like Kyle found a friend who makes her feel loved. Of course you do, Anna Marie. Go ahead and kiss the ring. They also showed what Garcelle and Sutton said on the after show. I said, baby, not them being absent and can't, they can't even talk about it because they not here. Listen, everybody was thinking it. Everybody was. They were saying that Morgan was basically clout chasing off of Kyle. Andy said, let's be for real. You did make her a household name. And she did. Kyle said Morgan only cares about her music. She doesn't care about any of this. So then he brings up the music video. Kyle claims she didn't know what the music video was going to be about and what the creative direction was going to be. But she said they were just trolling people. Kyle said, you know, I was curious and Morgan is hot. So, I mean, I did it. Andy flat out said, is there anything going on with y'all? Here go Kyle, hemming and hawing. You mean, you know exactly the way that he means it. Is it or ain't it, child? And I know that's not correct English. I know that's not correct English because I can hear somebody now. Is it or ain't it is not a child. We know. Okay. Shut your brains off when you come over here. We over here to have a good time and kiki and get into it. Okay. And ma'am, you definitely have feelings for that lady. It's your prerogative, but you act like you're more than her friend. Let's just keep it real. So then Andy asked if she could see herself with Morgan. She's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where life's going to take me. Let's move on. This is all about Kyle, honey. This is so boring. Andy wants to know what they all take from the season. Anna Marie says she takes happiness and health. Honey, after you seeing everybody's blood pressure go up, she's like, I take my health with me, honey. I'm glad I'm good. Crystal said not to be afraid to speak up because her voice matters. And it absolutely does, Crystal. Bring this energy to the season. We get tired of having to hear Dorit. Okay, so just go and bring the energy to the season. Erica says she's proud she showed up for herself and she's okay. Okay, girl. Kathy said, you know, I'm happy to be here for Kyle. And I was just thinking, wait a minute, how are we going to skip over Dorit to go to Kathy first? But here we are. So then he goes to Dorit and he instantly starts yawning. I said, all right, Andy, now I think you just doing it just to do it because the lady hasn't even opened her mouth yet. So Dorit's was not to be so naive when people say that they're your friend. Andy said, was that about Garcelle? She said it was. Girl, it should have been about Kyle. She's the one that embarrassed you out here on this stage. I don't think Garcelle ever really said y'all were, you know, BFFs. So I'm not understanding how that's in relation to her, but okay. Kyle's final words for the season was, she may have lost what she thought was her happily ever after, but she will have her happily ever after no matter what. Goodbye and good riddance. So then we get an update on Sutton is doing better. Kyle and Mauricio are still under the same roof, living separately. But we didn't get an update on Garcelle, and I didn't like that. And that's a wrap. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about the season in its entirety. And what did you think about the 3-part reunion? I think they drag out the 3 parts to equal to the amount of episodes that we used to get from the seasons. But these 3-part reunions, when the seasons are lackluster, we need to start rethinking that and put something else in that spot because it's hard to watch. Anywho, that's a wrap on season 13. I will see y'all next season. Y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly what you think. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, Stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.